chance.
So now we'll go back with another video. I'm Strange Wing. Before the video gets started, I want to say to your baby mama, thank you for the hair. It looks incredible. It goes with this Rolls Royce shirt I made very well. Highlights it all. But let's get on the brass tacks. King of Staten Island, I gave a 8.7 out of 10 wings.
Why?
Because I loved, and I do mean love, it's a very strong word. It's strong like, I don't know, Dwayne Johnson. It's strong. I loved a ton of things in this film. The characters, the depth, the character arc, the situations these characters find themselves into. Everything in this film feels extremely realistic. Like, I know people like this. Some people think I'm like this.
That's fair.
I disagree. I don't think I'm like this at all, but it's all about perspective, isn't it? And that's what film criticism is, perspective. So, to each your own. But if this film feels so realistic, that is kind of its downfall too, because Pete Davidson, he puts on excellent performance. Like, after seeing him in Big Time Adolescence and then this, it's like, man,
That boy good.
and I think that's why I like his performance so much better in this movie than Big Time Adolescence. I'm not saying it was a bad performance, just saying this one was better because he wrote it. This is his life. He's lived this. This is his life story, and he stars in the film too, so it's really his film.
Makes sense.
But that's not to say he didn't have the only good performance. And then Bill Burr is phenomenal. Excuse me.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Bill Burr is great in everything he's done, whether it's The Mandalorian or this or just doing stand-up. I love Bill Burr. Very funny guy. And he shows that side of it in this, but the side I know, like your typical Bill Burr, but it shows more depth than I've seen in a lot of Bill Burr subjects. So I loved it for that. I loved his performance for that. The one performance that stuck out more than any of them to me was Marissa Tomei. She really stood out. She goes through a very subtle character arc, and it kind of creeps up on you. And it's like, man, she went from this to this, and how she acted it so perfectly, from grieving to sending your child off to college, from the new boyfriend to the I don't need no man stage in her life, or in I gotta take care of my son stage. And it's just like all these different levels of character art. Like, every scene you feel the growth in her character, which is incredible that she's able to portray that to the audience so quickly and so drastically in each scene she's in.
It's nice.
The plot of this film is also incredible. It's his life. Pete Davidson, this is basically his life. The trail he goes on is very realistic. Sooner or later, you be hanging out with your friends and they go want to rob a drugstore, and you gotta be the lookout. And then they go get busted, go to jail, because that's what happens when you rob drugstores. You get arrested for it. You don't get away with this kind of stuff. I don't know anyone that's ever got away with it. I mean, I ran away from one once and I didn't get caught, like Pete Davidson, but that's a different subject for another day. But everything in this film feels so realistic. So when you do unrealistic jokes, they stand out in this movie, not for the best. And I think that's just like the directing. I won't say directing and some of the writing, because I'm pretty sure Judd Apatow, director of this film, wrote some of the dialogue in it as well, and some of the jokes. It might be Pete Davidson's jokes that didn't land with me, but it was the comedy aspect for sure that didn't land with me in this film at all. And, like, for example, the cat butthole on the stomach of one of the characters, and it's like, I don't need a tattoo of a cat looking backwards and the belly button being the butthole. I saw that picture on Facebook in 2009. I didn't need to see it in 2020. It felt very old. It felt very outdated. It felt like a Judd Apatow joke. It felt so unnecessary. It felt like I started watching a brand new movie. It was very unnecessary. There's jokes of like that, and there it's just like, that doesn't really fit the character, and it makes it a little too childish from what I'm perceiving from him. And I just like the character in general, because he's kind of like me, you know, he loves like Wu-Tang Clan and like rap music and all this other stuff. He has dreams, ambitions. I don't have the emotional baggage he does to hold me back, but I just like, I if I met this character in real life, I would like this character. I probably would let him tattoo me too, but on the back so I don't have to see it if it's bad, you know. But this is a character I would like if I met him in person. So when you throw unrealistic shit at me for this really realistic character, it's going to stand out. It's not going to look good. And I feel like that's all Judd Apatow's fault. And maybe the right, I may be wrong, but that's how it came off from past Judd Apatow films I've seen. And I just really felt like this film needed a new director.
I guess.
A example being Honey Boy. Honey Boy came out in 2019. It's about Shia LaBeouf's life. Shia LaBeouf wrote it in rehab. He came out and he got a very good director to direct the film. And that film, oh my God, is so good. It's incredible. And because it had a director who knew the type of tone that needed to be told and told this realistic story, that's crazy. But it's his life, it's realistic, you know. Told the story so well, so true, and so pure that it didn't need these bad jokes to bring people in, because my emotional level of investment is high enough that I don't need those jokes. So if you got a better director like they did for Honey Boy, you would have had a better movie like Honey Boy. But like I said before, I thought this movie was great. I do just think some of the writing and directing doesn't really work for the film, but the performances are incredible. And all around a really good movie, a movie I'm going to go back to, I'm going to watch over and over again because I have that emotional investment and I like the characters a lot. So if you do, tell me down below in the comment section your thoughts on The King of Staten Island. I gave it 8.7 out of 10 wings. Do you give it higher or lower than that? Let me know that down in the comment section as well. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.